The Vatican releases a major document on the family today. It's called Amoris Laetitia, Latin for the joy of love. The document reflects on the beauty of the family life, but also tackles the thorny issue of divorced and remarried Catholics receiving communion. The 250-page-plus document was unveiled to the public this morning. It's called an apostolic exhortation. It does not define church doctrine. It brings together the results of 2 meetings on the family convened by Pope Francis in 2014 and 2015. It begins with an exploration of current challenges and ends on a spiritual examination of marriage and the family. The joy of love fully affirms the Church's teaching that marriage is, quote, a lifelong bond between a man and a woman who are open to having children. It closes the door on same-sex unions. The Holy Father says some church leaders have focused too much on the ideal in the past, not the reality of married life. He encourages priests and bishops to look at the situations facing the faithful and help form their consciousness. Ed Pentin, Rome correspondent for the National Catholic Register, joins us now. Ed, what are the highlights of the document in your view?
Well, Lauren, it's a very long document, and being so long, it can take in a lot of information about the situation facing the family today, which is very complex, of course. So everything, there's a whole gamut of problems and challenges facing the family, which are included in the text, which I think will be very helpful to people. So that's been really the main highlight of this. But it's really also, as Cardinal Schönborn said at the press conference today, there's a change in tone in this document, which he said was seen throughout the synods, which is sort of more merciful, less condemnatory, and he sees that as a very great advantage of this document. He calls it a linguistic text.
So specifically, what is it going to change for practicing Catholics?
Well, not a lot on the face of it. I mean, in the text, there isn't any sort of fundamental changes. Of course, there can't be any changes to doctrine, but what there can be is changes to pastoral practice. And in terms of the sort of hot-button issues like whether divorced and remarried Catholics can receive Holy Communion, that is not explicitly stated in the document, but it can be made sort of up to interpretation. So it's not clear really just how much this document will change, it really depends on how much sort of the pastoral practice impacts it and how that's taken forward in individual parishes and dioceses.
You have your ear to the ground in Rome. What reception is it receiving?
Well, it's a mixed one. Obviously, it depends who you talk to, but some are very happy with it. They think it's a great step forward. It's a very different kind of document to what sort of pastoral documents in the past from previous popes. And as I say, it covers a lot of ground, and they're very happy about that. But there is some concern, and the concern is the ambiguity in the text and the fact that it can be interpreted in various different ways. And there's two aspects to this, discernment and conscience, which play a key role in this document, which detractors say could be problematic in the sense that they sort of take precedent over the Church's teaching.
Ed Pentin, Rome correspondent for the National Catholic Register, thank you for joining us.